I wasn't allowed to listen to rap music in my house. Like my parents would just, no, you can't listen to this. It's like honestly, I didn't know who Biggie was when he died. I had to find out after, the first hip hop song I really remember listening was Diddy when he came out with that song I'll Be Missing You, because that was on Z100. And then I was like, yo, this is kind of nice, you know? Like, what is this? This must, like, this, if rap is bad, this doesn't seem bad. It seems actually, sentimental and whatnot. So that was my first introduction to hip-hop. After that, like 6th grade, 7th grade, around the time, like, 50 Cent came out. And then raps really started to become even more mainstream. So as I started listening to it, I was like, yo, I can relate with these people more than I can, like, the bubblegum pop. Even though, like, I'm not selling drugs on the corner, but some of the struggles, I've seen that, maybe not personally, but, like, I have people go through those things. I can relate to that. I can understand what it means to be black in America. That's easy. So I gravitated to it. Hip-hop was, like, me trying to refine, I guess, my blackness, I would say. I didn't want to be an Oreo. I didn't want to be like all these white kids. Like to me, that was something that was a really big deal. And hip hop was a way to really gravitate towards a culture that I really wanted to be a part of, that I really felt that I was a part of, and I could relate to. And I realized I can't just like rap about selling drugs and hoes and stuff like that, because that's not my life. When I discovered underground hip hop, like when I discovered Mos Def, I discovered Common, that was mind blowing for me, because in my mind it was always this perspective of, your parents say this is bad, so it's bad, but it doesn't feel bad because it's music. I enjoy it. But then you hear that underground hip hop, you hear the Mos Def, and he's talking, what they so-called conscious rappers, and these guys are talking about things anybody can relate to, and they're making intelligent statements about socioeconomic status. They're making intelligent commentary about politics, about the world around them, race relations, stuff that people are scared to talk about unless it's like in a barbershop. But they're talking about it on a platform where anybody can listen to it and spark conversations. So when I realized you could do that with hip-hop, you could be intelligent with hip-hop, and you could still be poetic at the same time, that's when I knew, like, this is me, this is something I'm a part of. I have to be. It's so easy to label me as a conscious rapper because I'm just smart. Not to be cocky, but I'm just a smart person. Like, I was always intelligent, always in honors and all that stuff. So of course I could tell you, facts out of a book, and I use big words and whatnot, but I wouldn't label myself a conscious rapper. I like to say, it's cheesy, but I like to say I'm a conscience rapper. No subject is off, like no subject is barred. Like if you have a conscious rapper, it's weird to hear them come out like a party song. You feel like that's not who they are. That's ridiculous. Music is life, and life is about one thing. A lot of it's very, very nostalgic. Thinking back to childhood, early teen years, the times when people say things were simpler. So it's like finding that ignorance and level of innocence in where kids, you just want to be yourself. When you're 8 years old, you don't really care, about what the popular kids are doing. You just do what you like, you know what I mean? Like, you could go watch Lion King like 10 times because that's your favorite movie, not because, everybody saw this movie, so you have to know it to be in the conversation. You do it for you. So that's the thing that's in my music, that nostalgia of those are the good times when people can be themselves. And also, it's okay to dream. That comes up a lot in my music, the concept of dreaming, of, striving for things that you believe in. So it's kind of be yourself, and that's what makes you better than everybody else. I have 2 albums and an EP. First album is called Echoes from the Cave. Echoes from the Cave is like those deep thoughts while you're sleeping when you're in your most relaxed state. So I just kind of wanted to come out with a statement about just intense imagery, new ideas, different kind of metaphors and stuff like that, and put that into my music to make it really poetic. So that was that first album, and it was kind of me, hey guys, I'm here, I rap, this is what my sound's gonna be like. So I was kind of just wanted to hear myself and see what it would be like if I actually put records out. The second mixtape I dropped is called Hypnopedia, and that was me becoming more comfortable in my craft, and then trying newer things and trying figuring out flows and stuff like that, things I never really understood. So like really growing as an artist. And Hypnopedia means learning in your sleep. It's like sleep learning. So it's kind of, I never really take a break with it. I'm always working and pushing myself. So you could tell the difference in skills between that first mixtape and the second one. Before, my writing process was, I always came up with like one line, maybe like a punchline that I thought would be like, you know, really dope, and then I would just build around it. And but I didn't know what 16 bars was. Like I would just write until I felt the song was over. So you would have like a 32 bar song, you would have like a 26 bar song. Like it wouldn't even make sense how it was split up. Eventually, like I started learning about flow, and I started learning about song structure. Just because you write it a certain way doesn't mean you could always spit it that same way. So once I started to understand that, my writing process kind of got streamlined a little bit. But the people who stand out are the people who come out with their own lane, their own statements, their own sound. You don't want to sound like everybody else, because you're going to get lost in that competition, even if you're better than everybody else. If you come out with your own lane, it's harder, but at the same time, it's unpaved. So